Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Gunatitoksharam Brahma Bhagavan Purushottamah Jano Janandidam Satyam Muchyate Bhavabandhanat Om Bhagavate Shri Swaminarayanaya Namaha Shri Lakshmi Narayanaya Namaha Shri Radha Krishnaya Namo Namaha Om Namo Narayanaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namah Shivaya Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 30th of November 2024. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Bhagavan residing in the heart of all beings. With that bhavana and prarthana, we are continuing to examine Vedanta and major concepts in Vedanta. And today we are going to examine what is called Shadurmi. The 6 Urmis refer to the 6 waves or disturbances that affect the human experience. We are in human body. We have human experience. Manushya ka anubhav hai hamare jivan mein. So there are 6 waves. It is called Shadurmi. So Urmi means wave, Shad meaning 6. So 6 waves. These are considered obstacles on the path of self-realization and liberation. To realize the Atma and to reach the stage of moksha, there are 6 obstacles that are identified by the Vedantic masters. And these obstacles are part of our human experience. Even they are part of just our normal human experience. I'm going to go through all of them. And they are there, but nonetheless, it is something that we can still evolve into the consciousness that is transcendent to these 6 experiences of life. They are obstacles, no doubt, but they are experiences of normal life. So the first one is called hunger, kshuddha, Kshuddha, the physical craving for food. We want food. We need food. We need food to survive. So the demand for food, it's a wave of experience from inside. So this is the first wave. The second wave is thirst, pipasa, Pipasa, the need for water or drink. We feel thirsty. When we are thirsty, we cannot think of anything else. So when we want water, we need for survival, food and water both, right? So kshuddha and pipasa, that is the need for water or drink. These are just 2 primary waves. Then the third wave is emotional suffering or sorrow, grief. All kinds of grief is experienced in life, from physical to psychological to emotional to relational, all kinds. Right? So this is the third wave, that is emotional suffering or sorrow. The fourth wave is called moha, delusion, misunderstanding or ignorance of reality. That's the biggest problem. We don't realize and see the Brahmic consciousness as it is. And as a result of that, we suffer as human beings. As a misunderstanding of reality and ignorance of reality, that is called delusion. It is called moha. That is the fourth wave out of the 6. The fifth wave is called jara, Jara, old age. The process of aging and its associated changes. The body is going to become old. Everybody's body is eventually going to become old. But the old age that comes and the changes that comes, the experiences that come, even though those experiences are there, they are not the Atma. The Atma is experiencing the body and its changes. Atma doesn't become old. Atma has nothing to do really with any of these 6 waves, the Shadurmi. So the process of aging continues. Body comes and goes. Like this, so this is called an obstacle. It's called an obstacle because we get so wrapped up inside the experience. Experience is there, let it be. So this is the 5th Urmi. Okay, so the 6th Urmi is, of course, mrityu, that is death, the cessation of physical life. So what are the 6 Urmis? They are hunger, thirst, grief, delusion, old age, and death. This is called Shadurmi in Vedanta. And these 6 are considered to be, they're considered to be a type of disturbance. These disturbances are seen as natural afflictions that bind the individual soul, jiva, to the cycle of birth and death, sansara. Cycle of birth and death is within the sansar, or the cycle itself can be called sansar. And these 6 are natural afflictions. They are part of the experience of Prakriti. Hunger, thirst, old age, death, infatuation, moha. This is common in life. Everybody has that. Who doesn't have that? And we have tried through scientific development to reduce these problems. Look at the comforts that we have now. The medications we have, the food substances we have. We have so much in the economy to deal with all 6 of these. Just go to any supermarket, you see thousands of different items, right? To deal with the craving for food. We all need food. The food and drink, 2 big forces. The need for food, the wanting of the experience food provides. Because it is so fundamentally needed, it is, we are running after the experience many times. We want more of that experience. That's another subject altogether. But this is just the Shadurmi. Shuddha, Pipasa, Shoka, Moha, Jara, Mrityu. This is called Shad Urmi. Right? So this is our concept for today. Now, to understand this a bit further, a couple of additional points. That there is a binding nature to these. Isn't it so? Now, if I ask myself, am I bound to food and water? I need food and water. The body needs food and water. Of course. But is it possible to interact with food and water without binding? See, now what is the sadhana? Isme sadhana hai. So some simple sadhana that is done, you will find in Sanatan Dharma that before food is partaken, water is partaken, as Sri Krishna says, offer it to me. Offer it to God. How do you offer to God? Very easy, very simple. Simply, one very simple thing to do is to take any name of the Lord. You can say, Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. That's good enough. Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Your favorite name, you can take just one name, say that this is for you, O Lord, and then partake. This is what is taught in the Gita. Bhagwan Krishna says, offer everything to me, and then you partake that. Don't partake anything without offering to me first. So we can start, what is the sadhana? Simple sadhana. Before we have our meal, we cook our meal, say, Sri Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Namo Narayanaya, and there's more extensive prayers people do. You can do Om Brahma Arpanam Brahma Havir. You can do all that if you want, or take simple and then offer it. There's more elaborate ways, as I mentioned. And then from there, when we are taking it inside, it is just awareness that this is nourishment for the body as prasadam. Now, what happens when we have that mental attitude, that approach, we are no longer stuck inside the wave of hunger as a disturbance. It transmutes the wave of hunger, which is kshuddha, K-S-H-U-D-H-A. That wave of hunger transforms into wave of bhakti. Hunger is still there. The body still needs the food, but the whole experience is changed. It is called prasad. It is no longer, I am just eating this because I want to eat this. Because just to satisfy my hunger. That is urmi. That is the bondage. So to transfer the same experience from the binding power of the urmi into the state of prasadam. Prasadam madhigacchati. How beautiful. Kitni sundar baat hai. And this principle can be applied all the way around in all of our experiences in life. At the higher level. At a further development, it can be applied all the way through. So generally our tendency is, I'm hungry, I'll just eat it. I'll grab a banana, grab an apple, grab some nuts, grab this, grab that, this, that. Constantly, this is all anybody does. But take just one halt. Simple halt. Have the food in front of you. Hold it in your hand or keep the plate and say, Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Shri Radha Krishnaya Namaha. Like this. Or if you're in Christian tradition saying grace, every religious tradition has a set of prayers before eating meal. Every tradition does. Islam tradition does, the Jewish tradition, the Christian tradition, all the sampradayas in Hindu tradition. I think probably even the Buddhist tradition probably has something. I have to check it, double check and see. It's always good to not be in the egoic space. So the Urmi is transmuted. The point here is that the Urmi, each of these Urmis is transmuted. It's very interesting. When we are having the food, now there is even a further way to connect with the Vedantic ideas. That when food is being eaten, like when you're putting, let's just say, for example, an apple is being eaten. I'll use a simple example. Sachin takes an apple, holds the apple in the mouth. I'm sorry, holds an apple in my hand. And I have a murti of Sri Krishna or Radha Krishna at home, and I offer it to them. I say, this is for you. Om Shri Radha Krishnaya Namaha. Very simple, right? But in offering it to them, the understanding and the feeling is that infinite universes, the Jivatma that are in infinite universes, may all they be fed. So when we are offering to the Lord, everybody is fed. Everybody is satisfied. That is the bhavana. And then when we are having it inside, that feeling that bhavana, that may all be free of hunger, may all be happy. That's a further next level 2. Level 1 was simply to take the mantra, to take the name of the Lord and then have the food. There's level number 2. Level number 2 is to have this deeper understanding, connection with Paramatma. Now, the action is the same in all three. In situation 1, scenario 1, there's no offering to anybody. It's just, I'm hungry, I'm going to eat something. End of story. Situation or scenario number 2, one name of God is taken or several times name of Bhagavan is taken, and then the food or water is drank. Okay, that is scenario number 2. Scenario number 3 is a little bit higher. It's to say that, oh Lord, I'm offering to you, may all beings be satisfied. All beings be free of the 2 urmis of hunger and thirst. That's a higher sadhana. It's a higher level of inner sadhana, the 3rd level. And then in that 3rd level, when we are eating, let's say there's a 4th level. So you do the 3rd level, then the 4th level is where when you are eating, it is that this body is getting the nourishment. I am the Atman and Brahman. The experience is there of, the experience of having the food or water is there. But I am Brahman. I am, so the food is also Brahman. The food is also divine. Food is also prasad. Food is also God. You see, like there's a 4th, 5th level like this. The same experience, the same thing has multiple levels of realization. It's pretty amazing. And there's even a higher level than this that is written in the Vedas, where a Paramansa is eating the food. Like if Ramakrishna Paramans, or if Muktanand Swami, or if great sages, Gopalanand Swami, if they're having the food, what are they experiencing? You see, so that is something very difficult to describe. But when they actually take the food, it is a massive blessing to everybody. Like Guru Dattatreya, if Guru Dattatreya has a banana, just imagine Guru Dattatreya is holding a banana, is eating a banana. We don't think about these things like this usually. But what is going on there? What is the experience there? People who believe in Sai Baba, for example, right? The Shirdi ke Sai Baba. If Sai Baba is sitting with you and he's having the same meal you're having, what is the difference? If Shankaracharya ji is sitting with us, I'm at my kitchen table and Shankaracharya ji and Bhagwan Vedvyas and Krishna are sitting at the kitchen table with me. They're having the same meal. What's the difference? Farak kya hai? The big difference is they are beyond the three gunas of Maya. Sachin is, eating through the three gunas of Maya. They are beyond the three gunas of Maya. The food is the same. Eating the banana is the same. Eating the potato dish or the cauliflower dish, and you might have made 10 dishes. The dishes are the same. The food is the same. Guru Dattatreya is sitting next to me and he's having the same dish as I am. What is the difference? The difference is they are not stuck in these urmis. That's the difference. वो बहुत बड़ा फर्क है. That's a massive, massive difference. They are beyond these urmis, all 6 of them. Shad urmiye rahit shwet dvipna mukta. Bhagwan Swaminarayan talks about this, that the liberated beings of Shwet Dvip, that there is a transcendental abode of Vasudev Narayan. भगवान वासुदेव नारायण का धाम है वो, उसको श्वेत द्वीप धाम कहते हैं. It's another big subject, transcendental thing to realize. जब हमारी स्थिति होती है, we can maybe see those things. The point is that the liberated beings in the Shwet Dvip Dham are called Shad Urmiye Rahit. Shad Urmiye Rahit. This is Gujarati language. Meaning that they don't have those 6 urmis, these 6. Their bodies are not like our bodies. So the divine muktas in Shwet Dvip Dham, they do not experience hunger, thirst, infatuation, moha, none of that, delusion, old age, death. They are eternally present there. The muktas, once you cross the 14 lokas, then the forms are not like our forms. They are not inside this 6 urmi realm at all. Why? Because they are divine forms. But when incarnations or great saints are present here and they're having the same experiences we have, like Naradji, for example, or like Sajanand Swami, or like some really awakened sages, they are having the Panch Vishaya experience. They're eating a banana, they're eating a fruit. But when they do so, what is happening in that is beyond our imagination. Beyond our imagination. I'll give you an example. If, for example, Sri Krishna, there's a story actually in the Mahabharata of Draupadi and Sri Krishna. Draupadi makes food for Durvasa Rishi. They eat everything, and only 1 grain of rice is there. That scene is shown in the serial also. You may remember that. And so Bhagwan Krishna comes and says, "I'm hungry. I want food." So Draupadi says, "There's only 1 grain, literally one morsel, not even morsel, just 1 grain of cooked rice is remaining." So Sri Krishna eats that and all the Brahmand is satisfied. He says, "Bahut ho gaya." So this is the point, that when we offer to God, and that incident is there in the Mahabharata itself, when we offer anything to Paramatma with the real bhavana, that its impact is beyond our imagination. And also, when Bhagwan himself, manifested as avatar, comes in this world and has a meal, is taken any of the Vishayas, what happens there? It is very difficult to describe what happens there. It is a massive, massive liberation for billions of universes. We don't realize this thing. If you were to use an analogy, take like someone who has $100 billion, and the person pushes one button on their checking account and transfers $1,000 to thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people by just one push of a button, one push of a click, one click on an account. He's a $1 trillion. He sends $1,000 to every person in the United States, something like that. Like the U.S. government sent all those stimulus checks to everybody all at one time, something like that. That's just a worldly example. So Bhagwan or Bhagwan ke jo sant, when they take on any food item, for example, what happens there is beyond our imagination. We cannot imagine that thing actually. That is why we offer everything to the Lord, that this is yours. So what happens to us? We become free from the binding of the Urmi. The Urmi, remember there's 6 of them. Right now I'm just talking about the first 2 of these. And those are Pipasa, those are Shuddha, K-S-H-U-D-H, Shuddha, Pipasa, Shoka, Moha, Jara, and Mrityu. We'll talk about the remainder of these in the next 2 days. But you can just see these 2, food and drink and food and water, offer everything to the Lord. Everything. Don't hold back. In the Bhairava temple, they offered the alcohol, in fact. The Kal Bhairav temple. You see, the alcohol is also offered. Because Bhagwan Shiv ka swarup hi aisa hai. That he accepts everything, doesn't matter who you are. You want to drink alcohol? Okay, fine, you offer it to me first. And then I'll take the alcohol out of your mind eventually. But you want it, you offer it to me. And the way that Bhairava interacts, they say the Bhairava actually drinks the alcohol. That's what they say. And that the pictures are there. I don't know how real that is. It might be. It probably is, but who knows? Right? So the point is, even you can offer everything to God. And particularly to Bhagwan Shiv, particularly Rajsik, Tamsik, and all this kind of vritti we have, connect Bhagwan. That's why the Shiv sadhaks are of all kinds. Some of them are in the crematories. Some of them, they drink alcohol also. Some of them take drugs also. I'm not saying you should do any of that. You should not. In Shikshapatri, Maharaj Shruji Maharaj said, don't offer all these things to the deities. But if you have those vasanas, then offer it. This might sound strange that if you have a shivling, can you imagine this, having a shivling and somebody saying, I'm going to offer my favorite alcohol drink to the Shiva. Go ahead and do it. No problem. Koi baat nahi. Do that first. Say Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Say 3 times. And if you do that every time, he will transform the whole situation out of the system. Something amazing happens. But we don't think about all this kind of sadhana. That kind of sadhana is there in the Shaiva and Shakti tradition also. It's another subject altogether. But my point is that, simply in conclusion, for today, these are 6 urmis. This is the technical word for today, Shad Urmi. Every day we get one new word from Vedanta. There are thousands of these kinds of concepts, and they're amazing. Each and every one is amazing. This is Shad Urmi for today. To understand the idea, we're going to continue on this tomorrow also, because I want to cover the grief, which is Shoka, tomorrow, and then day after tomorrow, the delusion, old age, and death. Let's see how much time it takes to cover each of those so we understand them very clearly, how they're connected to our sadhana, what it means for the Atma and the Paramatma realization, and also how to transcend them in terms of our day-to-day activity, how to bring them into the divine realm, into the divinity itself, and not just be stuck inside the binding feature of the cycle of birth and death, where there are disturbances. The 6 waves, there are disturbances in the normal life, but they can be transmuted into something much more extraordinary, and that is what we will be looking at. So with that, Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mokshamulam Gurur Krupa Om Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva Tameva Bandusha Saka Tameva Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Sarvamangala Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Om Divalingaya Namaha Urdhvalingaya Namaha Atmalingaya Namaha Paramatmalingaya Namaha Chandraya Namaha Suryaya Namaha Kalakandakataya Namaha Nakshatra Vigramate Namaha Navachakrangaya Namaha Om Brahmacharine Namaha Om Namah Shivaya Om Shri Uma Maheshwara Swamine Namaha Om Shri Durge Rakshini Tata Swaha Om Shri Radha Krishna Arpanamastu.